Also on issues of the moment on FHC today, we have Barrister Abdulaleem Haruna. He is Secretary, National Steering Committee on Reversal of Name from Basange to Nupe. Barrister Abdulaleem Haruna, thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
Now, it is interesting. We've already heard the background of this, but as you are the Secretary of the National Steering Committee, give us a brief on the work that was done by the National Steering Committee on this change of name.
Thank you very much. The National Steering Committee was set up by the joint meeting of the Board of Trustees and the National Executive Committee of Basange Development Union, as it then was. And the mandate was to go around wherever Basange people are, harvest opinions as to whether we should or should not reverse name to Nupe. Everybody is aware, of course, that we are of Nupe origin, but because it includes change in the statutes, there are lots of things where Basange occur. For instance, Basange Development Union, Basange Youth Association, Basange Student Association, and all that and all that. So there's the need to really harvest opinion. Otherwise, when other languages did that, there was nothing like going around the country and harvesting opinions, because it's an elitist agenda. People know the implication of reversing to a particular name. In our own case, we are actually just going back to the genesis. This is our root. This is the name by which we moved from Niger. And so the mandate of the committee was go around, get people's opinions, and then make a report and recommendation. So we organized town hall meetings. We held a meeting in Abuja. We went to Mina, we went to Kaduna. In fact, 2 meetings in Kaduna. People from Zaria, Sokoto, and the rest joined us, including Kaduna, Kano. They all came. Went to Lokoja, we had a meeting there. It was at the point of going to Boloko that we had hiccups, because we had some people who were not too comfortable with our coming. So we had to now make a report and recommend that we should all gather in Boloko. After that's the district headquarters. So that's where we ended up making a report on the 4th of December.
Now, when you all gathered at Boloko, what happened?
Oh, it was a unanimous decision. It was just, in fact, an opportunity was given to whoever was not interested in the reversal.
Were there some people?
About 5 people. In fact, one gentleman and his friends, stood up and said, "It's not. I mean, we made it open. This is constitutional right. You could decide to remain where you are. Nobody is even saying you should start speaking Nupe or that you should move from where you are. No, it's just the name of the language we speak. Because Basange is not a nationality on its own. It's a sub-tribe of Nupe language. So 5 people, maximum, and each of them was given an opportunity to speak. Why do you not want this reversal? They didn't advance any reason, other than that I was born into Basange language, my father is Basange, and that's it. So that's it. But when the question was put out there, if you're in support of this reversal, please stand up. The whole hall.
Practically.
Yes. We have video recordings of it.
Now, we also do. Now, we've been told that the Esu Basange is not comfortable with this arrangement. In fact, he's had a press briefing where he said that he was not consulted. And some people have opined that probably he's afraid of something. What could he be afraid of?
There are 3 questions in one. Let me take them one at a time. On the issue of consultation, several efforts were made. In fact, the chairman of the committee, Alhaji Ibrahim Akanya, he has a personal relationship with Etu, and he was thinking, of course, since he has always been going there on his own, coming to see Etu will not be a problem, ordinarily. So he put a call through to him that he wanted to come and see him. And the gentleman said, the Etu said, "No, you can't come and see me. I won't be around. No, I won't be around." It's not as if a date has been named. I'm coming today or tomorrow or whatever. So what it means is that whenever you choose to come, I won't be around. So say, I am not comfortable with this your answer. I want to come and see you. Just give me an appointment whenever you'll be around. And that, in fact, is Etu himself that now went to do the matter. That how can you be coming to see me when people are doing your reversal as in your affair? You are going around the whole country talking about reversal of name. He is not going to be around. He doesn't want to discuss. He doesn't want to see anybody from Bindu. He's not interested. Now, for me, that was like closing the door on him. So the chairman now made consultations because the intent was for him to go after discussing with him, fix a date that the committee will now go formally. I mean, that's how it's done anywhere. So the chairman had to now engage people, spoke with a number of elders, distinguished and accomplished Basange people. General Kale is one of them. Professor S.S. Bello. In fact, there are so many people that had to now call Etu in order to just get him to receive. If you don't want to see the entire committee, see the chairman at least. Hear him out. You are a father. And, you cannot be saying maybe because there's a mistake, if any, somewhere, you cannot now talk to your own son. Your son has no access to you. There were several efforts. When this all failed, because some of them even reported back to us that he practically accused them of all kinds of things, some unprintable things. And at the end, everybody folded this. There are people who anchored this project before. We met with them, all the Dr. Elukos, Professor Amdis, everybody, Professor Shaibu, Emma Shaibu in Zaria. We met with all these people, and they all made efforts. Since they two had now declined to see us, okay, we decided to now write a letter to him. At the end of the day, the Bindu president wanted to go, called him to, he said he won't be available. If your own people cannot have access to you, the only other option is to go formal. So a letter was written to him. The first attempt, they refused to collect. They said they had instructions not to receive any letter from anybody. So at the end of the day, we used courier service. The letter was, and we have the courier, when you send letters, you have record of it. So they refused to receive and sign for it, but it was delivered. So he was formally informed and invited to the meeting of December 4. Of course, that was the same day he declined. I mean, he didn't respond, he didn't talk to anybody. That the same day he chose to go and do rehearsal of some traditional music.
What was this rehearsal about?
Well, from what we had, he's choosing those who will come and perform on Basange Day on the 27th of December.
How important could that be to this kind of serious decision?
That's to him. He's the one that would, in fact, to tell you the truth, a few days back, children, primary school children were driven home because he wanted to do another rehearsal in the primary school premises. They were driven home during school hours.
From the legal perspective, could there be any legal flaws with this change of name?
I came here as secretary to the National Steering Committee, but I would attempt to tell you a little that due process was followed. If anything, Basange Development Union is a registered body with the Corporate Affairs Commission, the Board of Trustees. And it has power, the body has power to call meetings or set up committees and to drive how to achieve the objectives set in its constitution. So it's a statutory body that can sue and be sued. So if it does something that is relatively out of context, assuming there is any such thing, everybody can sue PNU. They could have taken this matter to court. I think by going to the press, what Etu has done is to give more publicity to the reversal of name, which is a very harmless, very, very harmless. When you say, what is he afraid of? I can't speak for him, but I suspect that his thinking, though completely unfounded, is that he may be removed from the throne. And even at that meeting of December 4, everybody was made to understand that you cannot even, who is contemplating removing you? Who wants to come and remove you? For what?
How about the name? We already have an Etu Nupe. So if we are not going to call him Etu Basange, what name would he be called?
These are contextual issues, partly constitutional. One, you see, in the context that you view it, he is from Basa local government. We have Aguma of Oguma. Oguma is the headquarters, the district headquarters of Basa people. So it's the name of the town that the king is described with, Aguma of Oguma. If you go to Mozun, where you have the Ibera people within that Basa local government, we call their king Oyeba of Mozun. You know, and that means that the district headquarters of the Muslim people is also used to describe the king. But when you come to Basange district with headquarters at Boloku, he is described as Etu Basange instead of Etu Boloku. You have Etu Lapai, Etu Tonga, Etu Patigi, Etu Lafiagi. Whatever led to that statutory error, he is described as Etu Basange. So he now does not understand that his jurisdiction is limited to the 14 Gago areas that form Basange district. He thinks erroneously that his domain extends to wherever Basange people are in the world. Because when you bring in Etunupe, in context, Etunupe is the paramount ruler for all Nupe people within the Nupe, kingdom. So it is different. It's different. It's just like you are saying Ataigala. Ataigala has subsidiary, in fact, first-class chiefs under him. Onuampa, Ejedekina, and all that. The same thing when you go to Etunupe, you see all these other Etus. They are all having their own domains. But Etu Basange believes is the generic Etu that jurisdiction covers the whole world. That is misleading. Very, very wrong. That is very wrong.
Before we go,
Yes.
what would you say as secretary to the National Steering Committee on reversal of name from Basange to Nupe? What would you say is the way forward for the Etsu Basange and the few people who also may be on his side?
I've always said this, you cannot be a general without an army. If you are described as Etsu, you are more or less the father of the people. You are supposed to be the one even anchoring this reversal of name. You are the one we are all working for. It's for his success, for his elevation. If he listens to the people, because if you close the door on people that you claim you are leading, let me give you a scenario. In the olden days, from the stories our fathers told us, we are warriors. And when we are going to war, you have drummers, you have soldiers, and all that. When you are in the front as the leader, whether as Madaiki or as Dagachi or as Tuyokpa or as Babindiga, whatever name you are called, you are leading. Drummers will be beating and you will be marching on. If it gets to a level, to be sure that people are following, you must look back. Because if you no longer hear the sound of those drummers following you, what are you supposed to do? Because like one of our boys has said, if you are supposed to be heading from here to Lagos, and by whatever error, you find yourself heading to Kano, Sokoto, and through to Niger Republic, and at whatever point you realize that, look, I have missed my way, what is the proper thing to do? Is to find a way to navigate towards Lagos. And that's what the people are saying. If they too cannot listen to the people, and it gets to a boiling point, because the people are the people we are able for anyway. If it gets to the boiling point, the people will still have the day. That is the truth. So my appeal, that he should listen to his people. He didn't put himself there. He didn't. He should listen to the people that put him there. So that he will not, because if a train is moving and everybody is jumping in and you decide, no, I will not go, at the end of the day, you might be left alone.
Listen to the people, the voice of reasoning. We've earlier spoken with Mr. Nda Yakubu, who's a member of the BOT, and now we've just spoken with the secretary to the National Steering Committee on Reversal of Name from Basange to Nupe, Barrister Abdulaleem Haruna. Once again, Barrister Abdulaleem Haruna, thank you very much for your time with us here.
Thanks for having me.
That's
I'm
it.
grateful.
Thank you for being part of the program. The voice of the people, the voice of God. They call it Vox Populi. Let the right thing be done. Bye for now.